Get ready to dive into the wild and wacky world of football. From the depths of history to the present day, football has seen it all. We've got mind-blowing tales that'll make your jaw drop, your eyebrows raise, and your side split. Forget what you thought you knew about soccer, because we're going to take you on a roller coaster ride through the craziest things you never knew happened in the world of football. Number 10. How much is the World Cup trophy really worth? Now, we all know that football's a big deal, right? Well, turns out the World Cup trophy takes the cake when it comes to being the most expensive award out there. I'm talking serious stuff, guys. This bad boy is worth a jaw-dropping $20 million. Can you believe it? I mean, I had to Google it myself just to make sure I wasn't being punked. But get this, while other athletes are celebrating their victories with some silver or gold, football champions are living it up in true luxury. I'm talking about a solid golden trophy that stands a whopping 15 inches tall and weighs a solid 13 pounds. It's like a mini fortress of rare minerals. No wonder players will do anything, and I mean anything, to get their hands on it. Now, you might be thinking, hey, what about those other sports? Well, let me tell you, the NFL champs get a little silver trophy worth around $4K. The NBA Finals winners walk away with some gold that's worth at least $13K, and hockey's Stanley Cup winners flaunt a trophy worth $25K. But when it comes to pure extravagance, nothing beats the World Cup trophy. Number 9. Becoming a pro gets you some free cars. And when I say that, trust me, those are not your average cars. Some of football's biggest clubs have teamed up with car companies, and they're not just dropping off any old cars. We're talking custom whips, specially designed for the whole squad. Audi has been hooking up those players with their sleek rides, and even letting them unleash their inner speed demons on a racetrack. Now that's a joyride you don't want to miss. But hold on to your hats, because Real Madrid took it up a notch. BMW stepped in and showered those players with some serious luxury. Each player not only got their own car, complete with a custom license plate. VIP treatment, huh? Number 8. Football mascots make way more than what you expected. Yup, it's true. Those crazy mascots running around the field, making us laugh and cheering up the crowd. They're not just sweaty folks in costume, guys. These masked heroes are making some serious bank. I bet you didn't know this, but football mascots are raking in more dough than some doctors. Can you believe it? We're talking big bucks here. Whether it's Gunnosaurus Rex, Man-Use Demon, or even a dude dressed as a giant, well, you know, they're not just fooling around for no reason. These entertainers are pocketing a whooping $400K, $500K, and sometimes even $600K a year. I mean, who would have thought that dressing up and goofing around could bring in that kind of cash? Number 7. The curse of number 9. For the past 20 years, every single player who dared to wear the number 9 at Chelsea has fallen off their game. We're talking about even top-notch players like Romelu Lukaku, who was on fire until he chose that number and suddenly had his worst season ever. Yikes. Now, when Chelsea announced their new star signing Aubameyang would be wearing the number 9, the fans lost it. They flooded the comment section, begging him to reconsider, and even the manager couldn't deny the existence of the curse. But Aubameyang, being the brave soul he is, shrugged off the superstitions. He chose the number intentionally, aiming to break the curse once and for all. Number 6. The Super League uproar. What if I said that it was purely football fans who saved this game? 12 of the biggest clubs in the world, including powerhouses like Barcelona, Real Madrid, Liverpool, and the Manchester teams, decided to shake things up and form the European Super League. Sounds exciting, right? Well, hold on, because this move was about to change the game in more ways than one. At first glance, the Super League seemed like the ultimate dream come true. The biggest names in football go head-to-head, with non-stop competition and a mind-blowing prize of $470 million for the winner. But here's where things took a turn. Within hours of the announcement, chaos erupted. Fans around the globe went absolutely bonkers. And I mean breaking into stadiums and causing riots kind of bonkers. And you know what? The fans had a point. They felt like their beloved clubs were selling out, prioritizing money over the spirit of the game. It was a battle between the fans and the owners, and boy did the fans come out swinging. The uproar was so intense that within a few days, the Super League went from a super plan to a super fail. The entire thing got scrapped just like that. Number 5. The mind-blowing global fan base of football. Here, we've got a map that shows us just how crazy the world is about football. Now, unless you're from China, Australia, Canada, or the US, chances are you're all about that football life. I mean, who can blame you, right? But here's where it gets even crazier. I'm talking numbers. We're going on the list, and as we do, the estimated number of fans for each sport starts skyrocketing. We got baseball, with a cool 500 million fans, basketball strutting its stuff with a solid 700 million fans, and even hockey and cricket hitting the billion mark. But hold on to your seats, because at the very top of the fan pyramid, we have football, with a mind-boggling 3.6 billion fans worldwide. That's right, folks, almost half the planet is crazy about football. It's like a global love affair with a beautiful game. Number 4. The Bulls' Dark Secret. You see, back in the day, they didn't kick around those fancy lightweight balls we have today. Nope, they were using heavier leather balls that could double as dumbbells. Imagine trying to score a goal with that thing. But hold on, it gets crazier. Ancient Aztec football games where things got really intense. I'm talking life or death intense. Legend has it that losing teams faced a seriously gruesome fate. We're talking about sacrificing skulls or even using the whole heads as balls. Yeah, you heard me right. Heads as balls. Can you imagine the shock on the losing team's faces? Number 3. The dark side of World Cup 2022. You see, 13 years ago, Qatar was chosen to host the World Cup, and they had big promises to deliver. Why Qatar, you ask? Well, it turns out they had plans to build the craziest stadium in football history. They wanted to make sure they could accommodate a whopping 1.5 million fans, which is more than half of Qatar's entire population. But here's where things take a dark turn. The construction of these grand stadiums came at a terrible cost. Reports of inhumane working conditions, human rights abuses, and even deaths started making headlines. Migrant workers who built these majestic structures endured unsanitary conditions and extreme heat and were denied basic human rights. Can you imagine working in scorching temperatures of 122 degrees with barely any water or food? It's beyond belief. To make matters worse, workers had their passports confiscated, leaving them trapped in a foreign land unable to leave until their job was done. And the numbers are heart-wrenching. Officially, 37 deaths were reported as related to stadium construction, but the reality is far grimmer. The estimates suggest that over 400 migrant workers have lost their lives, all in the name of preparing for the World Cup. It's a tragedy that should not be ignored. Now, if you're thinking, why haven't we heard about this? Well, the truth was kept hidden until recently. News broke that over 6,000 workers have lost their lives since the World Cup was announced. Number 2, when team managers take matters into their own hands. We've all seen managers lose their cool and get sent off to the stands, right? Well, let me tell you about a football owner who took things to a whole new level. Take a look at this. It's the 89th minute, and PAOK is facing off against their rivals, AEK Athens. The tension's high, the stakes are even higher, and then a disallowed goal. Now, you'd expect the manager to flip out, right? Well, hold on to your seats, because this owner wasn't having any of it. Without a moment's hesitation, he storms onto the pitch ready to give the referee a piece of his mind. But here's the kicker. He's not just armed with words. Oh no, he's got a whole gun strapped on his waist. I know, it sounds like something out of a movie, but this actually happened. Finally, we have number 1, football frenzy. We all know the football can get intense, but did you know that sometimes the fans take it to a whole new level? What we have here is a crucial match between Saint-Étienne, a team fighting to avoid the ultimate embarrassment of being kicked out of their league. The game was tied, and all they had to do was prevent one man from scoring. Simple, right? Wrong. Wait for the chaos. Fans started wreaking havoc, barging into the team's locker room and even setting the stadium on fire. I mean, we're talking about a scene that called for firefighters, SWAT teams, and probably a wizard or two. Trust me, it was absolute madness. Anyways, before we wind up, what do you guys think? Do drop your thoughts in the comments section below, and we'll meet again in another episode soon. And if you have any crazy football facts of your own, be sure to let us know in the comments below. See you guys later, subscribe and stay tuned for more updates.